but I won't be able to support him. I won't support him in any way, shape, or form if that's what he does.
That's exactly how everyone needs to be. I see the question so many times. What do you want to happen to Mr. Beast? Should Mr. Beast be canceled? Ladies and gentlemen, in what seems like the first time in his entire career, Ludwig Agrin, you all know Ludwig, mogul male, has finally taken a step off of the fence. You know, he likes to sit up there, high and mighty, right, sitting on the fence. He's finally taken a step right off to discuss Mr. Beast, thanks to an ASMR creator by the name of JoJo, which is quite insane. Who would have thought? Let's just get into it. For context, this is JoJo. He's one of the largest ASMR creators, one of the largest male ASMR creators. It's a niche that's ran by a lot of hot women, right? It's very rare to see a very popular male in the ASMR community, and this is JoJo, one of the most popular. He's been doing this for about 7 years, and he has a commentary channel named JoJo, right? He does commentary on ASMR and other interesting things, and he decided to make 3 videos on Ludwig and the Mr. Beast situation. The first 2 are unlisted, maybe privated by now. Either way, they are not up. The only one up is Ludwig, and this is after Ludwig finally took a leap off of that fence, right? Now, it is interesting that mogul male Ludwig was called out by, out of all people, an ASMR content creator / commentary channel. And that is what finally made him, you know, break his silence, finally have an opinion, finally take a firm stance on the Mr. Beast situation for some whatever reason. We all know Ludwig is kind of like that guy who's in the middle of the road. Don't be mistaken. I don't dislike the guy. I don't hate the guy, right? I'm indifferent towards him. He is a content creator. He's doing things for money. He's streaming. He's making content. Whatever the case may be, he's safe. That's the best way to say it. He's safe. He sits there and he minds his business and he watches videos as people pay him money to say safe opinions. Until he has said something that went against everything and finally took a firm stance on the Mr. Beast situation. In this case, he ended up dropping a video called Finally Talking About Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast messed up big time. I feel
Understatement.
like I wake up every day to new allegations against Mr. Beast that are somehow worse than the previous allegations. And now there are just so many allegations, they're hard to keep track of. And apparently, the worst is yet to come. He is taking an astronomical amount of L's. So many so, the explosion of L's is so big, I'm getting hit by the shrapnel of it all. And initially, I wasn't going to make a mogul mail about the Mr. Beast situation. And that was for 2 reasons. The first one is because I made a video on this channel about a week ago called I Don't Like This Channel. And in it, I basically talk about how I don't like doing drama videos. Drama videos do really well. They get millions and millions of views, but those viewers only want more drama videos. So I looked into more drama to make more videos to satisfy the viewers. And it's kind of a negative cycle. Like it loops, it feeds itself. It makes a lot of money. That's great. That's cool. But the viewers that come from it and the content that I make from it isn't something that I'm proud of or like. So I want to stop doing it. Over the past year, I've made half as many drama videos. And over the next year, I'll make a quarter as many until eventually I make none at all. But with this situation, it's obviously different. You know, not talking about Mr. Beast after he is the most viewed video on my channel. I've appeared on his channel like numerous times. I know the guy personally. People obviously want to know my opinion. But I still...
And that's what a lot of people's issue was about him not having an opinion at all. A lot of people like to, you know, point at the fact that a lot of these large creators were in Mr. Beast videos, are friends with Mr. Beast, talk to him. Some are even in the same agency as Mr. Beast. I don't know a lot about that, but you can look around. So that's a big point. Why has he not said something? Of course, because the first thing that comes to your mind is he's protecting his friend. So good on him for finally making a video, finally saying something.
Still thought making a mogul mail might be a mistake because I'm biased. I'm biased because I know Mr. Beast, the person. And so Mr. Beast as the owner of Mr. Beast, the company, the malfeasance he's done, how he's treated his employees poorly. I'm coming in with a POV of what I have seen, which is going to taint looking at it objectively. So I figured making a mogul mail is not the best idea. And it's not like I'm hiding the situation by not making a mogul mail on it. Frankly, there is a lot of coverage on it. More than probably any situation outside of maybe someone making an apology with a ukulele in the past 5 years.
Which, again, this is one of those situations where it's like not saying anything is saying something. You know what I mean? Like if you cover drama constantly, And you know, you mentioned you cover the biggest and best drama, whatever, it makes a lot of money, it gets a lot of views, to not cover the one specific drama that the entire world is freaking out about. For example, my channel has boomed 20,000 subs over the course of a month because of the MrBeast drama, and this is the one drama that you don't want to really get into because he's the most popular video on your channel and because you're friends with him. It does come across as suspicious.
So I figured all I really needed to do was address this situation by watching like the Dogpack 404 video from the former MrBeast employee on stream, and then I could move on to doing things that I wanted to do, like gaming, playing Super Mario 64, enjoying the State Farm Gamerhood, yada, yada, yada. And anyway, this led to what I would argue is my greatest title and thumbnail ever. Does MrBeast fake his videos? Kids discuss. And also led to my worst live stream ever. Because frankly, the live stream was embarrassing. It was me watching the video, like kind of just trudging through it
and glazing MrBeast. This was in the very early days of the MrBeast drama where people were just like, who cares? Who cares if he scams kids? Who cares if he's running illegal lotteries? Who cares? He put trees on the ground. He put wells in Africa. He built houses. Who cares about all the bad stuff if he does good stuff to balance it out? That's exactly why his stream did horribly. 3,377 dislikes versus 3,808 likes. That's terrible. Very bad.
On that live stream. I think it's the worst live stream I've ever done in terms of dislikes. 53%. That's a failing grade. And it was so bad, in fact, this live stream I did was so bad. I took such a big L that one of the biggest ASM artists on YouTube, a corner of the internet known for trying to calm people down and relax them, made a 15-minute video roasting me.
Yep. The controlled opposition of MrBeast. That video is now unlisted, unfortunately. It was pretty funny. But regardless, it is absolutely hilarious if the one person who has to come out and cook you is someone who, you know, tickles a mic or makes relaxing noises into a microphone. That's the person who has to put their foot down and say, enough is enough.
Ludwig especially navigate through this entire drama and issue with the MrBeast company over the past few weeks has got to be some of the most insufferable content I think I've ever seen. And don't take my word for it, take his audience's word for it. Ludwig will...
And he's totally right about that fact. The audience was not happy, and look, man, I wasn't happy. It's not like I'm fucking looking back at that stream and I'm like, damn, kill that one. It was bad. This is fake. I just showed you the likes, dislikes. I don't know where this is from, but his point still stands. And JoJo continues to go on to basically say that, you know, I spent most of the video focusing on like a few points that were maybe weaker in the Dogpack 404 video rather than the broader points that were bad, like the illegal lottery or like forging his signature on different hoodies.
Now, instead of actually...
Mind you, JoJo mentions in his newest video, the one just simply titled Ludwig, he ends up saying that a lot of his content, you know, is not for money. As you can see right here, 2-minute video. It obviously doesn't hit the 8-minute mark for mid-rolls. For the most part, I have premium, but I don't think I've ever seen a lot of ads on many of JoJo's content because you do have to enable ads and whatnot. So again, JoJo's not doing this, you know, for money. He's not making drama to get the quick views and to farm views. And again, he just simply titled this video Ludwig. If he wanted to make a video, you know, to cash in on the MrBeast drama, he could have named it MrBeast featuring Ludwig, or, you know, Ludwig is canceled. He just titled it Ludwig, got his message out there. He's not a drama farmer. He's not a view farmer, a clickbait creator, right? So if someone like JoJo has to come out, then you know you've done something wrong, and you know that your fence sitting has reached a point, a new low, where someone like this has to come out and say something. Finally, a large creator has finally said something to Ludwig to make him get off of that fence. So about 18 minutes and 20 seconds into this video, Ludwig finally starts to dive in, and I guess he finally starts to give his own opinions. Again, nobody knows what his real opinions are, but at least this time he's finally said a take that most of the internet kind of agrees with and thinks is a fair point, a fair criticism. So let's
agree with the people who say he could leave whenever he wanted, right? There's $300,000 on the line. There was the pressures of the shoot and wanting to be a good contestant And Jake described himself as someone who grew up without any money. And so this money was life-changing, you know? Like, I totally understand why he didn't leave when he first started to struggle. And I understood that as I watch a video, which is what happens when you watch a video, right? Yeah, I didn't know it in the first 5 minutes of the video because he didn't get to that yet. So I don't know why JoJo went off to say all that shit about me saying that he could leave whenever he wanted. I disagree with that now. I disagreed with it when I watched the video. And I really think Nasubi is a good example for anyone who still thinks right now, like someone watching this probably thinks he could leave whenever he wanted. Watch that documentary. Because that guy, dude, a year, solitary confinement, naked, no human contact. Like that changes you for the rest of your life. Literally the rest of your life.
This is in regards to the video. Mr. Beast is a sociopath that had Jake Whittle, who was a former Mr. Beast employee, who had to do a challenge where he was stuck in solitary confinement, and he ended up giving his side of the story for about 30 minutes, and he broke down crying. He went in depth on how, you know, it was basically psychologically terrifying for him and made him feel horrible, and Ludwig finally has a bit of a decent take, a bit of an understanding of the common man, you could say. So props to Ludwig. So at about 20 minutes and 15 seconds is finally where Ludwig hooks Mr. Beast. I know I've edged you guys for a little too long. Here we go.
Put it in members only mode to curb that in the first place. And if you're wondering how I feel about it, I'll tell you right now. I think Jimmy needs to make a reply. Like, he technically doesn't need to. He uploaded a YouTube video and it got 120 million views. And he could probably continue to upload videos without ever replying and continue to get hundreds of millions of views.
Yeah.
But I won't be able to support him. I won't support him in any way, shape, or form if that's what he does.
That's exactly how everyone needs to be. I see the question so many times. What do you want to happen to Mr. Beast? Should Mr. Beast be canceled? None of that really matters. The reality is, the people that see the things that he's done, the people that he's associated himself with, like Jake the Viking, like Jake the Viking's brother-in-law who was arrested for doing something disgusting, like Ava Chris Tyson, like all these other people that he's associated himself with, these people need to look at those people. People need to look at the actions and decide on their own. Am I going to support this guy? This includes brand, this includes partnerships, things like Fortnite. Mr. Beast has a skin in Fortnite. Epic needs to say, okay, we don't want to really collaborate with him anymore. We might not put his skin back in the shop. You know, all these different companies, Target and Walmart, are selling his toys. They might say, you know, we're not going to really sell his toys anymore. That's the only thing that can really come from this, because no matter what happens, he's always going to continue to pump out this content like these $1 million challenges, survive for this many days. And none of these kids, none of these viewers care if it's fake, if it's scripted, if it's heavily edited, if, you know, the contestants who win are changed last minute, like with Rosanna Pansino. None of this matters. All that matters is that viewers, such as me, such as you, such as Ludwig, will say, I'm not going to support this guy. I don't care if he's my friend. I don't care if he's my enemy. We're not going to support him. The end.
Because I think he needs to reply specifically to why he hired a defender.
Yep.
Like, how did that happen? That's a crazy thing to do with a guy who runs a channel that is primarily targeted towards children, you know? Apologize to Jake Weddle. Like, how did that situation end up as it was? Were producers on it fired? Like, what course of action was taken? Like, how was right done so no one else is treated like Jake again? You know? Everyone who bought a forged Mr. Beast hoodie got to get their money back. They got scammed.
Yeah.
They got scammed. I love a good scam, but that's probably a little too much.
I love a good scam. What do you mean by that?
Everyone who participated in an illegal lottery needs to have right done by them, right? You need to just make up for everyone who participated in those, because that is against...
Have Chucky. Send Chucky, the controlled opposition Chucky, send him out. Give everybody refunds. Anybody who's ever bought a hoodie, whether it was a real signature or not, give them a refund. Give anybody who's participated in one of these giveaways, one of these lotteries, one of these tricks, have them reach out, give them money. You have the money. You made $100 million off the Beast Games situation. Give people their money back.
The law, and then also show how you change your business practices so that doesn't happen again. And finally, I also need to know about, like, Beast Games. Like, what is going on there? Obviously, a lot of that's shrouded in secrecy, and it's like, you know, little whispers. So what's actually going on?
A lot of NDAs. They don't have their phones. The only people who've been able to come out and say anything lost the game, so of course they can finally, talk to people. Of course, fearful that they'll violate an NDA and end up going to court and being sued for millions of dollars that they don't have. So that's why you've seen Rosanna covering that, right?
And that still doesn't account for him having to reply for things that haven't yet come out, right? Dogpack says like third part's coming out, and it's about how he covered up like assault at the workplace, which is by far
insane,
the most severe claim that has.
We already kind of know about that with the Chris Tyson's assistant that has come out about being, S8 or whatnot, and how Mr. Beast hired a third party to look into it, and that was a year ago.
Yet to come out, that will come out, and he'll have to make a reply to that too. And when I say have to, I mean like that's at the bare minimum what I expect from him. Now, I did talk to Mr. Beast because I was actually supposed to partner with him. The timing's not great. Obviously, we had these conversations months before any of this came out. But Feastables, his chocolate bar company, was supposed to be one of the big sponsors for Streamer Games. And so it was inked. We were supposed to do it. I called him and I said two things. One, when are you going to reply? And he echoed what was said in the Dogpack video, which is when everything comes out, he's going to make one reply as opposed to a reply after every single video.
Well, then we're never going to get a reply. Never. Because no matter what happens, there's going to be 3 more Dogpack videos. More things about Chris Tyson are going to come out. More former employees are going to come out. Eventually, it's going to get to a point where all the Beast Games contestants come out. And things are just going to keep coming out. And Mr. Beast is just going to keep delaying a statement. And he's going to keep pumping out, I survived in a bunker. I survived a cease and desist. I survived this. He's going to make all these different challenge videos for little kids to watch and for him to keep making money. What needs to happen is YouTube needs to come in and do something about this. They need to say, running illegal scams, illegal lotteries, that doesn't sound very appropriate for the platform. Maybe we can demonetize his channel. That's a bit far. It's a bit of a reach. It's a life-changing move that could affect YouTube and MrBeast as a whole. But until something of that scale happens, MrBeast has literally no reason to reply, no reason to make a statement. He can just keep pulling that excuse of, well, I'll just wait for everything to come out, when we don't know when that is. That answers nothing. That's not a definitive answer.
So we'll see when that happens. And then 2, he allowed me to pull out. So like for everyone saying I'm controlled op, I'm paid by Mr. Beast to defend him. Just so we're clear, I'm now losing 100K by not defending him, right? Like that's just on the opposite side. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. This event's going to lose money. And I know you might be thinking, Ludwig, you're a millionaire. That's true. But this doesn't reflect against me. It reflects against Off-Brand. It's not a decision I make lightly. This decision impacts all the employees. And I'm not saying anyone's getting fired. Of course not. If we are over that cash low, I would make sure that I help the cash reserves. But it does reflect in the books at the end of the year. A company can only thrive if it's making money, if it's profitable. You can't be not profitable for years and still exist. And at the end of the year, we're going to be 100K down, which hits a lot. So it's not an easy choice to make, but I know it's the right choice to make. And I feel like putting my money where my mouth is should hopefully prove that I'm not paid to defend Jimmy in any way, shape, or form. Anyway, that's basically my...
All right, and that is the end of his video. Hopefully I was able to help you all and give you a little bit of a summary of everything that's been going on. Again, go check out JoJo's content, go check out his ASMR, check out his commentary, go check out his newest video where he basically just says that him and Ludwig ended up, making amends. They don't hate each other, whatnot. He respects Ludwig for making this new video. Go watch the Ludwig video. I did skip around a little bit because he does spend 24 minutes kind of going into some points that were touched on by JoJo, but I just wanted to show you guys the main points and show you how Ludwig has finally taken a stand and said we're pulling out from the streamer game. We don't want MrBeast's association, especially as long as he doesn't drop a statement or say anything about what's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think of the situation. Let me know if you trust Ludwig. Let me know if you think that his statement, his video was truthful, if it was honest, or again, this is just more of him, playing it safe, looking at what people are saying, understanding what his audience wants to see, seeing those dislikes, knowing that in the end it's better to distance himself from a friend than to just keep staying silent about it. Let me know everything down below. Like, subscribe, share, and I will see you all very soon. Peace out.